Hello everyone. So again I am here to irritate you a little bit or whatever you want to understand. Actually I am here to teach you again the one topic of financial services subject. Okay. Dematerialization. Last class we have started and we have seen the meaning and advantages of dematerialization. Meaning was what? Converting your physical mode of financial securities certificates into electronic mode. Okay, and for that you have to open the demat account. Now we will see what are the limitations. Okay, so very first limitation, as we have seen, your trading will take place. Okay, your electronic mode, dematerialized form. So when it will happen in the electronic mode, definitely one by one, quickly it will take place, transactions time got reduced. So maybe it will become uncontrollable, okay, where you will be not able to control the transactions or not able to keep focus on something. Then next limitation is your annual maintenance charges. So when you open demat account, if you want to hold your share certificates in dematerialized form, you have to open the demat account, and with whichever depository participant you are going to open the demat account, they used to have the annual charges for holding your demat account. Doesn't matter whether you are holding a single share, okay, those all doesn't matter, you have to pay the maintenance charges. Then next, maybe brokers will be dishonest. Okay, brokers with whom you are going to deal, they are maybe the dishonest one. Okay, and for that we have to supervise them properly, otherwise they will manipulate the market. Okay, then next, cost associated with opening and operating a demat account. So for opening the demat account also you have some charges, minimum charges. I'm not saying too much, but still you have a minimum charges. And after that, whenever you want to operate, whenever you want to do transactions, whenever you want to receive the share certificate, you want to transfer these share certificates, you want to receive your bonus share certificates. Okay, maybe for each transactions, okay, depository participants will charge some minimal charges, so you have to keep on paying it. Then next, too many rules and regulations, too many regulatories we have to follow, which all are made by your SEBI, okay, for in relation to your dematerialization, or you can say in relation to your doing the electronic mode of transactions of your share certificates. Okay, you have to follow rules and regulations, that can be your Depository Act. Okay, so these are your some of the limitations, okay, where maybe what we have seen, uncontrollable trading in securities and annual charges you have to pay. Maybe your broker is going to cheat you, or maybe with the opening and operating of demat account you have to go for some charges like opening charges, transaction charges, custodian charges, those charges, even annual maintenance charges also we can add here. Okay, and you have to, not maybe, actually you have to follow some of the regulatory framework if you want to go for the dematerialized form of trading. Okay, so these were your some of the limitations. Now next we have to check process of dematerialization, and kindly try to keep remember this because it comes for 5 marks. Okay, process of dematerialization, where very first process is, very first step actually, you have to select a depository participant. Okay, so based on your requirement you have to select, or based on the experience of other peoples, or based on their historical records, old records, past records, okay, for providing the services, you need to select a depository participant. Now what is depository participant? In today's class only, next slide we will check. Right now just go for the steps. Okay, so you have to select a depository participant. Okay, after that they will provide you, if you will show your interest that you want to open a demat account, then they will give you the account opening form, which is known as your dematerialization request form. Okay, it's known as a dematerialization request form. So you have to fill up that form, and then you have to submit along with that form, filled form, okay, along with that filled form, some of the documents which needed for verification. Okay, so for verification, which and all documents required, you have to submit that also with your filled account opening form. Okay, and once you are going to submit the documents, you have to sign the agreement with the depository participant, saying that I am ready to accept terms and conditions. Okay, and then depository participants will verify your documents, and after verification they are going to make a request to the depository to open your account, and then depository will open your demat account and generate your demat account ID number, account number. Okay, and your depository participants will provide you that account number and ID informations. Okay, so this is your process of dematerialization. In shortcut, very quick, what we can keep remember: select the depository participants with whom you want to open the demat account. So select your depository participants, fill the account opening form, which is known as a DRF, depository request form, submit the required documents for verification, sign the agreement with the depository participants to agree with the terms and conditions, and then the depository participants will verify your documents and make a request to the depository to open the demat account, and finally your demat account will get opened and you will receive the details related to that demat account. That can be your account number or that can be your ID. Okay, so this is your process of dematerialization. Now, who is depository? Just now in your process of dematerialization, I told that DP will make the request, or DP will forward the same request to the depository, okay, who will open your demat account and forward the same details to the depository participant. So who is depository? We need to know. Depository is a place where financial securities are held in dematerialized form. So you can say it is a kind of a central library, okay, where each and every type of books, so each and every financial securities are held in dematerialized form, and it is responsible, okay, for maintenance of ownership records and providing the trading facilities. Okay, providing the facilities of trading in dematerialized securities. Okay, so depository, place where financial securities are held in dematerialized form, and who all are responsible to maintain the ownership record and to help you for trading in dematerialized securities. So that is your depository. Now next, what is your depository participant? In the process of dematerialization, very first step, I have told you that you need to select a proper depository participant for you, with whom you want to open the demat account. So who is depository participant? Who is your DP? Okay, it's not a WhatsApp DP. Okay, it's a depository participant. And this depository participant is a kind of agent of depository. Okay, agent of depository, or you can say depository participant is a mediator, okay, or link between depository and investor. Fine. And the relationship between depository participant and depository definitely governed by one very nice act, that is your Depository Act. Anybody can't become the depository participant. For that also you should have you have to fulfill some eligibility criteria, and you have to go for some requirement verifications. Okay, so that you have to follow Depositories Act. So what to keep remember, depository participant is an agent of depository and depository participant is a link between depository and investor. Now the next, again about the depository participants I have written some rules and regulations. Okay, so depository participants actually need to get themselves registered with SEBI. Section is here, subsection 1A of section 12 of the SEBI Act. Okay, and depository participant, according to this act, depository participants can offer depository related services only after obtaining a certificate of registration from SEBI. Okay, so that means whoever wants to become a depository participants, they have to get themselves registered with the SEBI for the same, and to start the services, okay, they have to get the certificate of registration. Once they are going to receive the certificate of registration, then they can start their services, depository related one. Okay, and in India, two depositories are there. One is your National Securities Depository Limited, NSDL shortcut, and the another is a Central Securities Depository Limited, that is your CDSL. And about each we'll study in details in the next class somewhere. Okay, for right now just keep remember that in India we have only two depository. And depository, who was the depository? Depository was the place where your all the financial securities are held in a electronic mode, and who are responsible for maintenance ownership record and also for providing the facilities to trade in dematerialized securities. So we have a two depository in India. One is NSDL, another is a CDSL. Okay. Now next, who can be a depository participant? Okay. So you and me can't become depository participant. To become a depository participant, we can be anyone out of this. One can be what? Any financial entity that passes the eligibility criteria of SEBI norms for providing demat related services. So as just now we have seen, depository participants need to get themselves registered with the SEBI and need to obtain the certificate of registration, and then only can go for providing the services in relation to the dematerialization. Okay, so whichever financial entity, the word I am stressing, whichever financial entity can pass those eligibility criteria, they can become the depository participant. Okay, then other names are also given here: public financial institutions, state financial corporation, banks, non-banking financial companies, stock brokers, registrar and transfer agent. So anyone out of this can become the depository participant, but for each and everyone only one thing is necessary, or star mark or hashtag, whatever you want to say, that is your, you have to, okay, whether you are a public financial institution or whether you are a bank, whichever, okay, you have to pass the eligibility criteria of SEBI, get yourself registered as a depository participant with the SEBI, get the certificate, and then you can start acting as a depository participant, that is your, as a DP. Okay, then next, functions of DP, depository participants. So very first function, dematerialization. As in the steps of dematerialization or process of dematerialization, also we have seen very first step was to select the depository participant. So dematerialization, and then with that dematerialization, another also materialization, or sometimes we used to say rematerialization, and about that we'll study in the next class. So in next class actually we'll study about the rematerialization and NSDL and CDSL. Okay. Now next, what function? Transfer of securities, change of beneficial ownership. So whatever buying and sale or whatever trading is happening of the securities, that transfers should take place on time, and whoever is going to become the new owner, the owner should get the benefits. Okay. Then keeping the record of trade and other equity investment transactions. So in short, just keep the records of each and every transactions, and charge appropriate brokerage wherever applicable. So DP can charge brokerage charges, but wherever applicable, not by their own. Okay. So these are your some of the functions of depository participants. So for the day, this much. Kindly go for it, where we have covered the limitation, we have gone for the process, we have gone for the DP, and we have gone for the depository. So for the day, enjoy, but please little bit study also. Thank you. Have a nice day.